You intrigued me. Your articulation is reminiscent of Poe when you describe.
Well, he best describes those types of affairs than Poe.
So when you spoke of how you strangled that man and you felt his trachea break, and the saliva started entering his airways, and the lack of oxygen caused his eyes to dim into unconsciousness.
Must you be so overt in public? I barely know you to trust you aren't trying to oust me.
Does your brother know that you strangled that man? Does your school know that you buried someone?
I mean more that you're being very explicit and allows people that may hear.
I think you're quite safe, to be honest.
I see the handkerchief embroidered with an MA in your pocket. You called yourself Megan Butcher, so the MA must stand for a name you'd rather not own, I'm taking. Maybe a Megan Astor, the heiress to the Astors.
You know, for a teacher you do seem to be sharper than most. Although from your writing, and that you have not been entrapped by the authorities, I suppose it makes sense. But I know you have your limits. Otherwise I wouldn't be here.
We all have our limitations. I suppose yours is as far as your father, honey.
Interestingly enough, limitations can be bypassed. For instance, if you was to lose your index finger somehow, the brain instinctively bypasses its function and transfers it over to the middle finger. So writing, which you love, would still be possible, along with all the other after-school activities you like to do. Where are my manners? Let's get back to why we're here, shall we? You want my help. Yes?
Yes. Why did you do that?
If life were predictable, it would cease to be life, and without flavour.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Perfect. So what I propose is that to learn is to do, so we'll make it a sort of game.
A game?
Well, I think we better ourselves when we have someone at our heels when we do so.
So you propose a competition?
I don't want to be on the sidelines in your endeavours. A game is what makes it worthwhile, Alistair.
So be it. What's the first step of this serial killing game?
You see, you're branding yourself a genre before you've even figured out your individuality.
Being with an individual, and before you know it, you've created a type. Being with a type, and you find you have created nothing.
Fitzgerald. How uncouth.
You're not the only one with the quotes, you know. I read too.
How quaint. The mouse wants to play. Well, I made the first move. Now it's your turn. Be elegant.
Hard to do so with my hand in this state.
Oh, don't be so effete. It's only the proximal phalanx dislocated at the index metacarpal. Shall we say next week? Here, same time. Have fun,